Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back for another Journaling on a Budget Extra. We're working on our lap book and today we are going to collage our envelope that we put in the last time. So this is what our pockets turned out like. So we have this one here and we have this one, whoops, down here. So now we're going to collage this envelope on the back, so then we'll be done up to that point. And so what I did was I just went into my scrap drawers and I just pulled out some greens, some purples, some blues, and then I also grabbed some coffee dyed and tea dyed papers and some paint dye papers and some doilies. And then I grabbed out some fussy cut birds and butterflies and flowers. So the butterflies I actually got from the Dollar Tree. They're not fussy cut. I have a hard time finding butterfly books or books with butterflies in them. I wish I could find some. So now we're going to collage this. So this is going to be fun because collaging is not my thing, but I really like it. And so we're going to try it. Now this envelope is going to be mainly on this page, but if you open this page and open the envelope at the same time, it's also going to be over here. So we want to do something that's going to kind of match all the way around. And so I think maybe because we've got greens in our purple back here and we've got green on this side, I think we're going to kind of want to start at least with some green. So I'm just going to kind of see, I like the way that this green looks with this back here. It looks nice with this over here too, because even though this is blue, it's got green tones in it, and this kind of has blue tones in it. So I'm going to take a piece of that and put it along this edge. And I'm trying to decide, do I want to leave an edge around the envelope? I don't think so. I think we'll just put it right on there. And I'm just going to, I believe, we'll see, I think I'm just going to distress around the outside edges when we're done. I don't think that I'm going to distress each and every piece of paper. So I just folded this so that it would be as long as our envelope. So we'll cut that off and see if that's going to fit. And that looks good. So we'll just get some glue on here. I don't have a glue book, so I'm going to use a piece of file folder. And we'll just get some glue on here. And this one is a permanent adhesive, but I have found that I have used some, a big fat, I think it was Crayola, and it said it was washable. So to me, washable is not going to be permanent. But I used that on my, let's see, the tea cards that I made, and I'm finding it holds up really well. So I think that the biggest thing with the glue stick, some of them may just not hold. But I think the other thing is that if you're using a glue stick, make sure that you really burnish it down well. And I think that that makes all the difference in the world as to, even if it's not permanent, I think that it really helps it to stick. Especially when you're talking paper to paper. You know, I wouldn't use stick glue, you know, if I'm like doing acetate. I wouldn't use stick glue on acetate because I don't think even a permanent glue stick, I don't know if it would hold or not. So we've got that, and then this is a nice piece. And, you know, I'm just not good at this, so you're just going to have to kind of bear with me and see if it turns out okay. So that looks good there, but I think I'm going to rip it more on an angle. And whenever you rip something, the piece you rip towards you does not have the white edge. The piece that you push away from you does have the white edge. So depending on what you're looking for, if you don't want a white edge on your paper, then just remember the part you don't want the white edge on, pull it towards you, and you'll be good to go. And I like that there, so we're going to do it. I think that's the biggest thing, is really overthinking collage, and I have a really hard time with that. I try and overthink everything. I try and lay everything out ahead of time, that really doesn't seem to work for me. I do much better if I just kind of try it. If I really don't like the way it looks, I don't do it. But if I think, yeah, that looks okay, then I do it. So because normally, if you don't like it, you're going to put it on there and go, that's not right. I don't like that. But if it's right, you're going to look at it and go, well, is it right or isn't it right? Well, that's what I do. Whoops. Just going to press that one down good on there. And then kind of think about what we want up in here. Maybe something with a little bit of purples in it. This one's got purple, blue, and green. I don't like it with those colors. Maybe on the other side that will work well. Here's some greens and blues. That's not bad. I really like this one. It's almost got a light blue background. Yeah. I always have to think about which way I'm ripping it because I don't care for the white edge a lot. Yeah, that looks good. Got another piece of file folder till that one dries out. Maybe try not to get so much all over the file folder. That way I don't waste my glue and it doesn't get as sticky. And I know that this is probably shaking the table. I apologize for that. It's a little bit of a shaky table. Oh yeah, I like how that's looking. And we just need a little bit more right up there in the corner. And maybe we'll put no, I don't think I really want tea-dyed paper in this part. What about this one? Looks nice with the background. It's far enough away from this. It doesn't look good next to this, but it's far enough away that it looks good. What part do I want to use? I think I really like this. Kind of has a flower on it. See? Kind of like that. That looks nice. And yeah, that looks good there. So that wasn't too bad. I was really thinking it was going to wind up taking me forever, but I told myself I had to do quick checks, either like it or don't, glue it on or don't. And because this is the envelope, it's going to be folded in and out and in and out. I did want the edges to be straight. I didn't want to have the edges sticking out at all. And there, that's a really nice background. So should we put something on it before we go to the other side? Let's see what, I really did kind of want to put a doily on it. I love the way that doilies look on these. I have three or four different sizes. 3 different sizes here. Oh, that's kind of pretty. It does cover up all that green, but it does show through the holes. I like that. Let's see if we just put a little one on there. Nope. Now on this one I did want to try all 3 sizes, even though I did like the first one right off. Okay, that's not bad. I like that too. So let's try this one again. And I like the little lines that are on here. Oh, now it's a tough call. Y'all are probably choosing your favorite, and I'm probably going to choose the opposite. You can fast forward through this part. That's the one. And I'm going to cut it pretty much right here. And I cut two of them at the same time. I like that. And then the edge will be distressed when we're done, so that will look good where the cut's at. Okay, so now I need to see. Doilies are really hard to put stick glue on because it gets stuck in all of those little holes. So it's easier when you're doing a doily to put your glue on your paper than trying to put it on your doily. And then you can always lift it up a little bit if there's a spot that does not have glue under it, and put a little glue underneath of it. And if you get too much glue where the, outside the doily, that will dry. Just take a piece of paper and give that a press down. I don't want to get that glue all over my hands. And there we go. That looks pretty, and it's going to look pretty edged. So then let's see, what do we want to put? I think I really would like to put a flower on there. And I have to decide what color flower we want to have. If we're going to put it in this area, purple would be nice. If we're going to put it up there, I think we need something more like a blue or a pink. I like that blue up there, but I don't like it down there. That one's too small. I don't want blue at the bottom. Oh, I like this one. That's the one. And I think I'm going to put it over here. And then I think we can put something else either over here or up here. I'm thinking up here maybe a little label, so you can write on there what's going to be in this section. Let's grab our little glue pad here. The only thing when you're putting stick glue on a fussy cut, or even if it's not a fussy cut, if it's, like if you get a cutout from like the Tim Holtz cutouts, or like the stickers and stuff, be careful because those little thin places will rip. But if they rip, you could normally just glue them down right next to each other, and you won't even notice it. It will go right back together. So if you rip it, don't be too disappointed. See if you can get it to fit. I don't want that just like floating in midair, so I'm going to put it down here to the bottom. And there, I like that. Okay, I did a collage. That's exciting. Okay, so now we're going to do the other side of the envelope. And I'm going to edge this first. I am going to edge it in crushed olive, partly because that's what this is already edged in, and partly just because I like that. I think it will bring the purple and the green all together. I edge in blue often. Mostly I edge everything in brown. But I do blue and pink. The green is then the next layer of what I do or don't distress with. I don't like to distress with purple. I've tried it a lot. And I do it, but there's just something about it. It just seems like too much color. But I still do it. But that's one of my very lowest ones, colors to distress in. Or to do my edges in, I should say. So there we go. I like the way that looks. And I could have probably distressed all of those different, the different pieces. But I like the way that it looks like that. Okay, now we have the inside. Now the question is, I was debating whether or not to use the same purple here, so that it would be like that. But I think that's, oh, I have glue all over my arm. Got a fold in this, but I don't think that's going to make any difference. Excuse me. I'm trying to get over a little bit of a cold. The fold is what's throwing me. I don't know if I should have that fold in there or not. Well, you know, we're going to try it. All right, now this one I am going to just cut with my cutter because I want to fit it down into, I'll hold it right up here and put just a little mark on it. I want this to fit into the pocket a little bit. So now I have my trimmer buried. There we go. I think I see the mark. Hopefully that's it. Just inside the mark. See if that will fit. Okay. That little bit of sparkle is okay. Let's see if we, ooh, do it this way. That's pretty. I like that. Okay, so we're going to do it that way. I'm just going to cut it off just so it's a little bit longer than this and fits partway into the pocket. No point in wasting all of that paper to put it all the way in, because now that we've collaged the back, that's very solid. And that's the good thing about collaging, is that when you have things that are kind of thin, the collaging really makes a difference to make that solid. Okay, now this one I want to distress before I put it in there, and this is the question, what color am I going to distress it? I'm going to go blue. Oh, I think that, whoops, it's over there. I'm trying to get ink out of the lid. There we go. And now before we cover up the backing, because now I don't care if I get a little bit of ink on it, I'm going to do this edge. Remember, if you forget to do an edge that you're going to be upset if you get a mark on it like that, put a piece of paper in here before you start to edge it. And then if you get any behind there, it won't upset you. You won't ruin something that you have there that's pretty. And this time I remembered to do it before I put this in, because a lot of times I'll put this in and then it's like, oh, I needed to do that. And it's too late. Okay, now this has got a fold in it, so I want to make sure that I'm not going to bind up that fold. And it's not. I'm going to take my distress and I'm going to, oops, I'm going to just try and get right here a little bit. And it doesn't have to be perfectly solid or anything. Just so that it's not a stark cream colored. See, a little blue, little cream is totally fine. There we go. How's that going to look? that looks good. A little distressing here and here. And I'll distress the rest of it after we finish that side. Okay, so this I'm going to glue in. Because it's going in a pocket and things are going to be slid in and out and in and out, I want it to be glued in with the Fabri-Tac. And you want to make sure you get that bottom edge well too, but don't glue your envelope shut. Because you don't want things to get in that pocket and then when you get stuck underneath this piece of paper. So you definitely want to get right out to that, the inside edge here. Spread that, oops. Spread that out to the edge, but make it so it doesn't squish out. Saved it. Okay. There, leaving a little bit of an edge so that it doesn't bind up our fold, a little bit of a space here. Okay, that's going to work. And give it a good press. Come in here and make sure, nope, I don't even feel any glue in there, so we are good. So there we have that, and now we just have this little piece here to go. And would this look good on here? Let's see what else we have. All right, so now we have to deal with this purple and this blue over here for whatever we're going to put here. Don't like that one. That was too bright for the front, but it's not too bad for this, so that one's an option. Oh, I like this one. This one's got purple and green and blue. And do I just want to cover that whole thing? I like the swirls on the top better. I'm thinking that for this part of the pocket, I'm going to just cover it with, instead of a bunch of pieces of collage, with this whole piece. I'm going to do that. I can figure out what I did with my pen so I could make a mark. Oh, there it is. It's on the floor. Okay, so I'm going to move this back so I can see where I want to cut it. I want to cut it right there. And there, I think. I got that a little crooked. See if that's any better. That's better. I think that's kind of pretty, and then we can decorate that with something different instead of it being the collage. And I'm not even sure if I want to make it a flower or exactly what I want to put on here. Since I did it that way, I'm going to go ahead and get this edging done. Nice thing about edging before you glue your piece down is you don't have to worry about what it looks like. It's okay if you get it in there farther than you wanted it. got to get rid of the little pieces of the sponge before they leave marks on your envelope. I'm going to check this again just to make sure. Yep, that's good. Hold this up here. Did it go that way or does it go this way? I like this way better. And I'm going to glue this one onto with the Fabri-Tac since I have it out. And this will be doing a lot more moving too as you're getting in and out of the envelope. So I like collage for like flat surfaces that I'm not going to move around a lot. Put my board under here so I can give it a nice hard press. And there we go. I have a little piece of the envelope that's sticking up here that's just driving me crazy. There we go. All right, now do we want a flower? Maybe a butterfly. Maybe a blue or a purple butterfly. Let's see what we have for butterflies. Or a bird. I don't think I have any purple or blue birds. Ooh, look at this one. He's really pretty. I like him. I think he needs a little something under him though. Maybe a piece of doily. No. That's too big. Maybe a little one would work. Or maybe what do you think? Oh, I should look through the camera. That's pretty. It's not finished, but it's pretty. So I'm going to cut it straight from here up to there. Okay, let's get our glue. I didn't want it quite that low. It's going to come right up to here. And before I put it on, I'm going to put just a little blue along the edge. I'm trying not to get the blue sponge parts. Go. Yep, I think that looks good. And then this one's going to need a little something more too, but I'm going to have to kind of figure out what that is because I don't know. So when we do our complete, like our walkthrough at the very end, then we will do all of the little finishing bits that aren't done yet. There we go. Now sometimes I like to take I would take the blue distress stain and put it around the white just to kind of knock that back. But in this case, I like the way that that looks. I like the white around that edge, so for now I'm going to leave it. If I decide later I might want to do that, I'll do it. But right now I like it this way. So it just really distinguishes it. So there we go. We have our envelope done. We have got it collaged here. We can put things in there. It's now nice and sturdy. We've got our collage here. Those need a little bit more. Need a little bit of glue right under here. There we go. So there, now we are finished. We've got our tuck spots here, so we're finished right up to this point. So we just have to finish this and make a tag for here, and then finish this, and this side will be done. So thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate you stopping by. I hope that you like the way this turned out. I'm happy with it because I was worried. I thought I'm not going to collage on camera because it takes me so long. But I'm happy with the way that it turned out. So I hope that if you're making your own, what am I making? Lap book. I hope that you're having fun with it. I know that when I followed Nick, I had a blast making it. And like I said, if I do something and you glue it differently, or you decide I really don't care for that, I'd rather have a tuck spot or a belly band there, do it however you want to do it. So, but thank you very much for following along. I really do appreciate you watching. And I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.